Carl here from Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and it's taking those nostalgia goggles off. Childhood horror, 31 Days of Halloween, October 2024, looking back at movies that left an indelible mark on my psyche as a youngster and comparing to how I think these days on a rewatch. Not a review, just some thoughts and musings about what I felt then and what I feel now. Episode 1 and 2, Demons and Demons 2. We've had Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2, and we've had Alligator, the 1980 movie. Episode 5 is The Gate, the 1987 supernatural horror film that famously is Stephen Dorff's debut movie. Didn't know that as a kid, would never have recognised, wouldn't have known, of course, because at that point, what I would know him better for, Blade, I'd certainly not seen. But now I watch and always go, look at Stephen Dorff. He was a pretty good actor as a kid. Probably better than he is as an adult these days. I've seen a lot of bad Stephen Dorff movies. No disrespect to the actor, but he's really good in this. In fact, I think all the characters are really good in this, particularly as this film has a good, strong 80s vibe. However, we are entering new territory for this series. Up to this point, I've basically matched up to what I felt nostalgic-wise and compared it to what I feel now on a rewatch. This is different. When I think of The Gate and I think back to my childhood, I remember a spectacular movie filled with glorious visual effects, incredible horror, a thrilling story that leaves an indelible mark on you. On a rewatch, no, not quite, I'm afraid. Right, some of that is true. I do think it's got a cool ass story. The idea of, like, you know, a hole in the ground, demons coming out, speaks words, magic words spoken from a vinyl, a heavy metal vinyl that ends up opening a gateway to hell, and all these demons, stop motion demons, come out, and these kids at a house have to kind of deal with them or assaulted by them and all of that. There's some cool stuff going on, really is great. However, a lot of this just simply doesn't hold up. The story takes an age to get going, and when it does kind of start to ramp up, it'll stutter and then stop and slow back down and then go back up. And it's a constant up and down, up and down, up and down, to the point of frustration where you just want something consistent to kind of carry on. The problem is that there's we have a group of characters and nobody can kind of be killed off, basically. So there's no death, there's no gore, there's none of that. Instead, what we get is just a load of supernatural elements, which are fun, but nothing particularly scary. God damn, I can't believe how bad the effects look. And I know it's an 87 movie, but my God, I've seen stuff from earlier that still holds up today. A lot of this stuff simply doesn't. The issue is the stop motion. They use stop motion for a lot of these little demons and other kind of, well, a lot of the demons, if we're honest, and that shit does not look good at all. The little demons running around, it reminded me of Evil Dead 2, or was that Army of Darkness? Army of Darkness, when the little ashes are running around, it reminded me of that. All I'm thinking is, why the hell are they a threat? I know, like, they're kids dealing with them, but come on, they're not that big of a thing. The zombie that comes out of the wall, the makeup and all that looks fantastic, but again, I got Hocus Pocus vibes from that monster more than anything else. There's this constant issue with all of this. But then you contrast that to incredible scenes where the parent's face gets smashed in and all the goopy gore comes out of it. It's all green, so it's all fun and stuff like that, rather than being fun. But you know what I mean? It's not blood and stuff like that. That looks fantastic. Speaking of that scene, that is my overriding memory of this particular film. I remember being a kid and mimicking the sound of the father, "You've been bad," saying that, and it stuck with me. So when that scene turned up in this, I smiled. The acting in it is really bad, like it's pretty crappily delivered, but it still left a warm, nostalgic smile on my face. But the effect, like I said, of him getting punched in the face and the gore, I thought it looked amazing. Punch in the face, no, it's squeezed, isn't it? Yeah, I'm thinking of a different thing. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Return of the Living Dead 2, where she punches in and it all comes out. I love that scene. I think it looks great. I think the sort of dreamy, surreal scenes, such as the dancing with the dead dog. I know that sounds weird as fuck, but it makes sense in the context of the movie. The lighting, the music, all of that looks really great. There are so many great moments like that. Like I said, I love the characters. I love the two boys, Glenn and Terry. Glenn and Terry. And Terry would be in the sequel, The Gate 2, whereas Glenn isn't. Sequel isn't in this list, this 31 Days, because it's not very good. And while I do have memories of it, not positive ones for the most part. Krista Denton, she plays the older sister. God, what's her name? I can't remember her name, but she's great as well. Alexandria, Al for short. She's great. These three together have such great chemistry. I could watch the hell out of them. I almost wish this film was a little simpler, and it was, you know, the demon hole opened quite early on after the parents go away, and the latter part of the movie is just them defending the house from different types of demonic entities, trying to get in, almost like a zombie assault on the house. Deadites, that kind of, just something like that, but with these three characters and their chemistry. Maybe throw in a few of Alexandria's friends from the party, so you can have a few characters maybe there to get killed off for some of the older ones, but also some more comedic relief as well, because this movie has moments of comedy. Ultimately, because of how many things that just don't hold up, mainly related to the effects and how the pacing is so up and down, this one was a bit of a disappointment to re-watch. I just remember it being so much better than this. But that's nostalgia goggles for you. It doesn't hold up compared to the others. But it is still a fun watch. What do you reckon? You got any thoughts on this? You know what to do? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at gbhbl. Just search for gbhbl and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.